I'm Stephanie, and I am focused on igniting your spark. And I do that through working with women in male dominated industries to increase their engagement, their confidence, and their joy in work and life through my certified 12-session high performance coaching program online in groups and one on one. And today I thought I'd talk to you about living life backwards. Kind of weird, right? And the reason that I want to talk to you about that today is because I had a coaching session last week, and one of the sessions that we do in the high performance coaching program is all about clarity. And with clarity, it's really about deciding where do you want to go. Kind of like goal setting, but a little bit more advanced. And with that, we always talk about that future vision. You know, how do you see your future self? But what's interesting is this is the way we always set goals, right? We look into the future, we look at what we want to have. And then most of us, and I know I did this too, is we then immediately go into, okay, well, these are all the things I need to do. You know, I need to do this, 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 and this so I can have that outcome. So, when I was growing up, I was told, if I wanted to have a successful life, I had to go to school, get good grades, so I could get into a good uni, so I could get good grades, so I can get a good job, so I could get paid well, so I could buy a house, so I could get married, so I could have kids, in whatever order you do that, so that I could be successful. And I did all of those things, but I wasn't truly happy. And it took me a long time to work that all out. But what I want to tell you today is it doesn't really have to take that long, because instead of living life backwards and working out what we want to have and all the things we need to do and just getting caught up in that, what we can do is we can have a goal, an understanding of where we want to end up. But then when we execute, right, when we move towards that goal, we can start with who we want to be. So first off, we really need to think about who do we want to be? How do we want to show up? Because then from there, we can really work out the things that we want to do that are in alignment with who we want to be, so that we're more congruent to ultimately lead to the outcome we want to have in a way that there is absolutely no misalignment. Because you're not doing things that may get you the goal but aren't in alignment with who you want to be. So when I say let's, plan backwards but live forwards, that's what I mean. Work out what you want to have, plan that. But then when you go to execute, or when you really start to think about how you're going to move towards that goal, first start with who you want to be. So for me, that came to really thinking about, what are my values? What do I really want to stand for? And from that place, take the steps towards my goal. So, are you living life forwards, or are you living life backwards like most of us before we kind of had that realization that, oh, maybe that doesn't always work out? Comment below and let me know. And, this is the first Facebook Live, hopefully have many, and hopefully I'll get better. But until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks.